blocking the 49ers.
It's not going to save you to lose.
There blocks San Francisco. I'm sick of losing lots. And here's Coach Crandor. And other two guys.
Yep. I think Rob is just becoming more of a bird as these go on.
He's anamorphing his way through the show.
Look, if you had to anamorph into any animal, it would be a bird, right?
Oh, yeah, bird's up there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's definitely
That's got to be tops.
Yeah.
or pterodactyl. I mean, we can go ancient,
Okay,
right? It's not
yeah,
like
if
we're
we could go
limited to-
ancient, pterodactyl would be pretty sweet.
100%.
Although,
Mind
I mean,
a
how
little bit.
much would you have to eat as a pterodactyl, to even just fly
This
around
is
a little
definitely the first time I've ever thought of this. I can
What did
assure
they
you that.
bit? Yeah. That's,
They-
other
Never
dinosaurs.
once considered. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Everything ate everything, right? I think, which was
Yeah,
the sequel to
still
Everything
does.
Everywhere All at Once.
What did pterodactyls eat?
I mean, maybe they were like bats. Maybe they ate giant dinosaur
Were bats
fruit.
around back then?
So this
I mean,
says
maybe.
pterodactyls were meat eaters. Many had hooked claws and sharp teeth they used to grab hold onto prey. They lived near water and fed mostly on fish
Dude,
or
imagine being
small
a
animals.
smaller dinosaur at that time. Life is fucking terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
not only the land creatures, you got fucking dactyls coming in from above to just snatch you off the
Mhm.
ground. Littlefoot
Mhm.
must have been fucking scared out of his mind.
Yeah,
They also
like-
had that big giant toothy whale monster in the sea.
The
too,
seas
that
ain't
was
safe
bigger.
either, pal.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's fucked.
no,
you got
they
nowhere to
had,
go.
It's like hawks, but like a mega hawk,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Giant spiders and
It was
you know.
frick back then, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah. Shit's crazy.
Yeah, I want to live in prehistoric times, dinosaur times. Come on now.
Well, welcome to football. And
Oh, I thought this is weren't we doing the dinosaur podcast?
Yeah, I thought we were
Oh,
doing the
yeah.
pilot.
Did we switch?
sorry,
We got
yeah,
too
I
many
messed
shows
up.
going on.
Yeah,
So,
we gotta switch that up.
What are the complex diets that a Tyrannosaurus Rex would consume on a daily basis?
With how much we debate animal versus animal, we might as well incorporate a little bit more ecological conversation,
And you
right?
know what? Now that we bring this up, how come no NFL team is named after a single dinosaur?
Yeah.
There we go.
In fact, there's
It's
like
an
no sports
opportunity.
teams.
Oh, there's the Raptors, but
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah,
got
there's the Raptors.
Yeah.
Wait, is that like the only one?
I think so. It's
There's
the only one that
gotta
comes
be.
to mind.
Aren't there like the brontosauruses somewhere?
There's
Where
gotta
are the
be.
pterodactyls? I mean, it's pretty fucking
I guess
obvious what number
that'd
one
be a
should be.
sick
Technically,
name, yeah.
the Colorado Rockies have a Triceratops mascot.
Okay.
So that's-
okay.
Oh, it was like
Just
quarter points. At
why are they
best.
called the Rockies? Maybe that's why they're bad. They got to become the Colorado
Mhm.
Triceratops.
I think that's where
Is-
it's at.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's actually the issue. Is are they the Triceratopses or are they the Triceratops? Is
It's
it like
always
a
just
sheep
been a matter
situation?
of proper pluralization that's stopped them.
It could be like any type of dinosaur.
Yeah, I mean, we
Like-
got several birds. Those are
Yeah.
like the the kids of the dinosaurs. Why not the grandpappy
Yeah.
T-Rex?
Who decided how to name the new franchises? Is it just like up to the city? Did they have like a vote for when the Jaguars expanded?
Well, I mean,
They
we saw this in
probably-
action with the Commanders, but
Yeah.
in a terrible
Right, well, I mean,
fashion.
that was a
Focus
change, though.
groups
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
most
rounds
boring
of business
possible
people.
answers.
Yeah,
Dude, they could have been. Oh, could you imagine if they were the Washington Platosauruses?
yeah.
Or
Well,
the-
yeah. I mean, like, keep in mind, we do have in the league, we have the Houston Texans.
Right.
It's like literally the most
Yeah.
boring name.
The Browns start the bar, right? As far as that
Yeah.
front is
I mean, at
concerned.
least that one's named after a guy. The
At least that
Texans
one
is
makes
just like
sense,
where
yeah.
they are. It's like, yeah, I know they're in. You could have just said Houston, Texas. That's where they play. Why'd you change one letter?
A
I feel like this
pterodactyl
is gonna be
would
one of those
actually
episodes
be.
where we should, like, by virtue of like politeness, include a timestamp for when the show actually begins.
Yeah, when it starts. Yeah.
Or we're also
No,
maybe
no,
just
no.
killing time for Apollo to get here because I really want to hear his reaction to this week's Steelers
Oh
game.
yeah, we
too.
can
That's a
skip
good
that
point.
one until he
That's a good
shows
point.
up. But I think a pterodactyl would be a cool team because you got all the birds
I
already.
agree completely.
I mean, I think this is really what people tune in for. They want to know. They want to get the right, political organization in mind for what we need to do in the future for the NFL. We need to start protesting. Get expansion dinosaur teams.
Yes,
we will not accept any other situation in the future.
In fact, if somebody had to rename, I don't know, let's say the Chargers, right?
Just sort of get away from their current identity is what you're saying. Yeah,
just go somewhere else and make them the Pterodactyls,
right?
And maybe something that starts with a T, because then it flows better, right?
The Transylvania Pterodactyls.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna look up what kind of dinosaurs were in Washington, D.C. because they need to change their name.
Yeah.
Oh my God! They actually have a dinosaur named Capitalsaurus. This is perfect.
Holy shit! Really?
The Capitalsauruses.
They could have been the Capitalsauruses.
Way better than Commanders.
People buy merch for that, without even caring about the team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You could dress him in a monocle and a top hat. Yeah. He could have one of those curly mustaches, and he could tie up young women and put them on train tracks.
That's a little dated, but
it's just a picture of Dan Schneider. There he goes again.
Oh, shucks.
All right. Well, let's talk about football.
We are
technically talking about football.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a lot of football stuff. One, Tyreek Hill tweaked his ankle. He's day to day.
Yep.
We had actually a lot of injuries. Justin Herbert going on the IR, but I mean they weren't doing anything anyway, so whattever.
Good point.
We had it was actually a decent amount of injuries. We had
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud got the concussion. I hate when the shit auto plays. It's like that's all you hear.
That sounds like a pterodactyl.
Yeah, well, it kind of does sound like a pterodactyl.
From Washington?
Mm-hmm.
From Washington. Dude, is there
fucking Jefferson again, dude? That made me so upset.
Yep, Justin Jefferson got hurt again. That was I thought he lacerated his kidney or something. He took a shot.
Yeah, it looked bad.
He got hit real hard. Early in the day, too.
Josh Dobbs threw him a murder ball. He just hung that thing up there, and then he was like, oh. Mm-hmm. So that's Minnesota Viking football, but somehow they're still in the 6th seed because they won 3-0. And going forward, it appears that Nick Mullins will be their starting quarterback.
Ooh.
So cool.
Oh, they lost Madison too, dude.
Oh yeah. It's bad. It's the funny part is the NFC is just the 49ers, Cowboys, and probably Eagles at this point, and everyone else is terrible. Even the Lions are just shitting themselves.
Yeah.
It's just, in fact, the Giants and the Bears are now a game back of the playoffs at 5-8.
I love the NFC East.
This
see what
was
I'm
the
saying?
week of parity, man.
Now I will say, I think some of these teams do have to play each other. The Giants still play the Eagles twice or something. So there's still some things that need to occur. And the Rams, so that's obviously going to be a playoff. It's the Giants-Rams playoff implications at stake.
Holy
and then,
shit.
Meanwhile, in the AFC, there's 3 8-5 teams now: the Chiefs, Jaguars, Browns, and then Steelers, Colts, Texans, Broncos, Bengals, Bills are all 7-6. So it's literally the same situation except 7-6 instead of 6-7. This is insane.
Yeah.
It's actually insane. And then the Dolphins
the
got
AFC has been
shit on by the fucking
the
Titans.
top teams are also far from safe. Everybody took a fucking hit today.
I would
Or
say
this week, rather.
the only team that I trust right now is the 49ers. Out of everybody. Maybe the Ravens in second. That's it.
Dude, the Ravens lost Kyle Hamilton.
The Kyle Hamilton?
He's one of their best defensive players.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I don't... safety. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's out. Well, it said he's day to day with a grade 1 MCL sprain.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay.
You know what's funny too that I was just thinking about is for 20 years the AFC was dominant as well, like before this.
Yeah.
And it was always because you had Ben Roethlisberger, you had Peyton Manning, you had Tom Brady,
Yep.
you had Phillip Rivers, you had all these guys doing like huge numbers in the AFC.
Right.
Yeah.
But like they're all retired now and the AFC is still dominant.
Yeah. It is more dominant, but not as dominant over the NFC. But is there any other? Hold on. There's got to be a website where I can just find injury news, right? Like there has to be. That's all I want to find. And there's just like people like Al Michaels will not be casting a playoff game, and I'm just like, I don't care. He's
here. I got a short list here of some of the other ones.
Okay.
Texans lost Nico Collins. Tutu Atwell went out in the Rams game. Devin Duvernay's gone for the Ravens. He left with a back injury. Let's see. Trying to.
Here we go. Jake Matthews, Falcons lineman, left early.
Yeah.
Chris Lindstrom, highest paid interior blocker, suffered an ankle injury against Tampa Bay as well.
Devon Hargrave with a hamstring.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, armor. Full armor.
San Francisco, Javon. Oh, yeah, you just said that. Will Anderson Jr. on the Texans. Dude, all the Texans are banged up. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they had a bad week.
Ooh.
Hear me out, surrogate robots.
Ooh, dude, no, that's the winner.
Honestly, I
wasn't so sold on the armor, but I will tune into that every week.
I still would watch robots battle it out.
I would watch robot football. Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're controlled by humans, I would watch.
Yeah,
100%.
It has to be controlled by humans.
Gotta have the human element.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are injuries. so then we had.
No, hold on. I'm way too into this now. This is like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but with life-size robots, each independently controlled by like a BattleBots style controller on the sidelines. Yeah, dude, this is great.
I would be into this, and you can make them fight dinosaurs.
Yes.
Holy shit!
Right?
Dinosaur robots.
Simulated. Why not?
I loved BattleBots. It was a great show.
That was a good show, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's still on.
Oh.
I'm not gonna watch the modern one. I want to
the old
view
one.
it through rose-tinted goggles.
Yeah.
That's fair.
To be fair, sometimes things were better back then. Like a lot of people are like, you're looking through the rose tint, but there were things that were.
And you know what? The kids are wrong.
They are wrong. Well, I mean, listen, there are reasons why it's wrong. Like back in the day, like I think most people would rather have a game where you purchase it once and then you have the game, and not like buy our season pass, buy our shove it up your ass
was
pack.
a lot better. However,
also, specifically, BattleBots was better because they didn't have any time to like make rules yet. They just let everything go.
Yeah.
Dude, however, I will mention though, when I was a kid, I had a toy called Stretch Armstrong.
I had that too.
Yeah, except the thing is, if you Stretch Armstrong too much, which seems counterintuitive considering the name,
the design, and etc.
Yeah, he would tear apart, and they filled him for some reason with poison. So that was
that's a classic. That's a classic 90s move.
Also, he would like fully solidify. If you stretched him at all, it would it would turn to solid rock.
Yeah. They also filled the food with poison.
That's true. Yeah. They used to use lead as sweetener. Yeah.
It's like, guys, no more poison in our food. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, now we have plastics. And those won't have long-term effects.
Yeah. By the way, this is like the most off NFL cast we've done. I was listening to Bill Burr's podcast. He was talking about how he couldn't stand listening to the Ozempic ads during NFL games. And he's like, Ozempic. And he just kept singing it. Because if you haven't seen it, there's an ad for Ozempic, which is a drug of like, lose weight with our drug, may cause thyroid cancer and fucking paralysis. And then they take its magic song like Ozempic. I hate all those. Anyway, it reminded me of that. Anyway, I don't even
Bill Burr.
I love Bill Burr. NFL games happened. They occurred.
Oh boy, did they, dude.
Boy, did they. And we'll skip the Patriots Steelers for Apollo until he's here. But now we have the Jets Texans. Rob, what happened?
You know what? I I truly couldn't fully tell you. I mean, Zach Wilson had a good day.
Yeah.
Are we sure this really did happen?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, look, hey, at the end of the day, CJ Stroud is a rookie, and we have a very good defense. You know,
that part's not the surprising part, though. It's when you look at when you're looking at the box score here. If you shift your gaze from the left side to the right, and then your pupils begin to dilate immediately, as you look at 27 of 36 for 301 yards and 2 TDs, one of which was to Randall fucking Cobb.
Yeah, that was the shocking one. Randall Cobb got a touchdown.
Yeah. Randall Cobb and Breece Hall also. Got a receiving touchdown. But no, I mean, hey, look, Zach Wilson had probably the best game of his career. So I mean, I don't know. I guess the benching helped.
He's like, "What are you gonna do? Bench me again?"
He heard people saying that he didn't actually even want to play for the team, and therefore was like, guys, I do kind of want to do this.
Yep.
They also didn't have to go against Tank Dell or Nico Collins got hurt.
Yep.
So and then
we injured CJ Stroud too.
So I mean, he was doing bad prior to that, but
he was,
The most important thing here was the Jets offense did things. Like, that was the most shocking. Because it was like 0-0 at halftime, and you're like, here we go, another Jets game.
I was on red zone because it was like, here we go. It's the Jets. We're Jets in it.
And then all of a sudden, they came to life. They did things.
Yeah, they actually scored points.
Yeah.
It's again, this team, there is no fully predicting them. You can't do it. It really just doesn't make any sense at all at any given moment.
Nope.
And what would be really funny is if they just win out. That would be hilarious, actually.
Well, let's take the schedule here, Rob. We got Jets at Dolphins. Tough start.
Well, I mean, but considering the Dolphins this week.
Very true.
And Tyreek Hills might be hurt.
You got the Jets versus the Capital Sauruses at home on Christmas Eve. I think I like the Jets there.
That's winnable.
You got the Jets on the road in Cleveland, which very winnable at this point. Cleveland looking a little disheveled despite their recent success.
Elite Dragon.
Actually putting
revenge game
back in the practice squad, which I'm sure we're going to talk about in a second. And then they close out the season on the road in New England, which obviously is quite winnable now.
Yeah, I mean, they got some winnable games there. They could.
There are winnable games. I mean, and you know what? It would be hilarious if they somehow sneak into the playoffs, but I don't think that's even possible.
It would be funnier if they lost to Joe Flacco, and that's what took them out of the playoffs.
That would be very funny.
Yeah,
that is not. You make a good point.
I think if they were to finish at 9-8, they might have a chance, but I don't really feel like doing all the possibilities.
It's because. Yeah, I mean, they had the 6 and the 7, that's Steelers, Colts. Well, there's so many 7 and 6 teams, so
you're gonna need a ton of help, but it is probably a possibility.
But Aaron Rodgers, 7-on-7 drills in practice, like he's actually doing football things.
Yeah,
and they say he's expected to be cleared by Christmas Eve, which would be the game against the Commanders.
For the Commanders game. Yeah. Holy shit.
In New York.
That would be wild. Actually, would that now then officially be unprecedented for that injury?
I think so.
Feels like it already kind of is.
Yeah, I think it would be, because that's like what, 4 months? 3 months?
Yeah, that's insane.
That is actually insane.
The other guy that like the last guy that got this procedure was 25 in the NBA, and he took 6 months.
Yeah. Like, that's
so.
I mean, I will say he is using the best surgery in the world and has all the money to throw at this in the world for like rehab and all these things. So it's not like he's just some random dude being like, here we go.
Well, but that's what I mean is like that the doctor that did this literally is only a sports doctor, only treats these professional athletes, and he's been doing this specific procedure. And this is just the most recent one. I think he's only done it like 5 times.
Yeah. So
it's honestly like I'm in disbelief. It's like, how does this exist in this Like, obviously, they've been doing this surgery for a while, but this is really advanced to this point so quickly.
Yeah. Well, I know from listening to him talk, he's been doing like those crazy walking machines where like it reduces your body weight to the point where you're only walking on like 10% of your body weight, and then it's like you're walking on 30%. And they like slowly ramp it up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so they have machines like that. He's got like space technology to
rich people, man. Fucking rich people.
So it's one of those things where even they said the hardest part of the surgery is the rehab, and because everything like is weak and you got to retrain it up. But like the whole point of his, I guess, viewpoint is you're keeping those muscles going while it's healing. It's like some weird shit like that. I don't know, but what
this has been our medical expert segment.
There's some shit going on that I don't understand. But
he's pumping dinosaur juice into his ankle.
Damn youngin's blood pumping through his veins.
You got to pump that dino juice. But either way, what a win for the Jets.
Yeah. It probably just hurts our draft position.
It probably does. Yeah. But and who knows? Maybe if they keep winning, he will come back. Because I feel like if they lose, he probably wouldn't care.
No, he wouldn't. There'd be no chance. Yeah.
So,
but I mean, I guess if there's a shot for them to win out and get to the playoffs, then he probably would be motivated to come back.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I watched him come back. He broke his collarbone, came back that year, and then we missed the playoffs, but he came back.
That sounds like the Jets. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, I can see that.
He's got the script already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ravens Rams. This was a really good game.
Hell of a game. Yeah.
Yeah. And Stafford was 23 of 41, 294, 3 touchdowns. Kyron Williams, 114 yards on the ground. Cooper Kupp, 115 and a touchdown. Puka Nacua, 84 yards, getting up there with the rookie records. Lamar Jackson, 316, 3 touchdowns and a pick. He ran for 70. Glad I didn't start him. Glad. I'm actually kind of glad, because if I did start him, I would have lost by like 4 points, and I'd be more upset. But now I'm like, whatever. I didn't lose by 4. I lost by like 40.
Yeah, we could talk about fantasy at some point too, because I'm quite happy about it. I kind of want to wait for Apollo.
We'll
be mad.
Odell Beckham Jr. coming back to life. 97
There's
yards.
A lot of storylines from this game. There was so much impressive stuff going on. I mean, fucking Lamar, first of all, was balling out. That 2-point conversion throw, he like looked off 2 defenders and then just bulleted it right to the corner. Oh my God, so good. Puka, obviously, with the huge catch on the sideline, he was going crazy over that. Cooper Kupp had a great fucking game. He was playing out of his mind. And then fucking OBJ, dude. The return of OBJ. He was looking like vintage OBJ out there. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was wild. Justin Tucker made all his field goals. I believe the Rams guy, Lucas Havrisk, also made all his field goals. And then it came down to overtime, where the punt was returned for a touchdown by Tylan Wallace.
Absolutely crazy ending. The fact that he managed to keep his footing at the very end of that. That
was such a good return.
It's not a guarantee they're going to score a touchdown if he doesn't score the fucking punt return right there. Like, that was a huge play.
Yeah, it was a game. Like, it almost felt like a playoff game. At this point in the season.
Didn't even talk about Kyron Williams, 25 carries for 114 yards. He was balling the hell out too, dude. Everybody was playing so well this game.
He's been doing great every week.
This is the kind of game, though, too, where like you just kind of see, at least in my opinion, what I was saying last week of Lamar Jackson. Like he could be the greatest quarterback of all time. Like no one has the physical skills that he has ever.
I think he's easily got the biggest bag of tricks in the NFL right now.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
He's got so many ways to make a play work. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and his arm, he's got a fucking rocket arm. Like he's got maybe a top 3 in the league. I would say it's like him, Mahomes, and Allen.
Yeah, I'd say Stafford's still up there.
I feel like he should be in the MVP conversation a lot more than he is right now. Like.
Yeah.
What are the MVP
odds?
I'm gonna look up stats.
I know we've mentioned him, but I don't feel like he's been the favorite. I think he really should be. Like we keep talking about Tyreek, obviously, too. Now that he's hurt, that's going to hurt his chances.
Currently, Dak Prescott is the favorite. followed by Brock Purdy and then Lamar Jackson.
Okay, so he's top 3 at least. That's It's nice. Yeah. So if he continues to play at this level, I think he's got a pretty solid chance. Although it's definitely starting to feel like the Brock Purdy narrative is taking control.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. Let's see what he. Wow, yeah, he's got. Oh my God, he's got 644 yards and 5 rushing TDs this year.
On the ground,
far.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's just on the ground. Yeah, Jesus. So that's just. I mean, that's wild.
I do think on the other side, the Rams, I think the Rams look like one of the best of the teams that are in the wild card hunt. Like, I feel like out of all of them, man. Yeah, like I feel like they should make the playoffs. Like if they made it instead of the Packers, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine.
They did lose Tutu, but he's their number 3 guy.
Yeah,
like Puka and Cooper are crazy. They're a hell of a 1-2 at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So and I mean, they came out of nowhere too for them. Like they were at least for everyone at home. I guess maybe the coaches knew, but you know.
Yeah.
And then the Ravens are still on top of the AFC, looking like they're going to take the 1 seed at this point. I mean, their final games are Jaguars, 49ers, Dolphins, Steelers, which is kind of a tough.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
a tough schedule
by any means.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, if they still, even if you win half those, you probably still take the 1 seed. If you win 2,
yeah, especially if you beat the Dolphins,
because the only team behind them is the Dolphins, really, and then everyone else is 2 games behind. So, I mean, if you win the 2,
Dolphins game might actually be for the 1 seed.
It might actually be, yes. So that's gonna be a really good game, and that's on I think Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
New Year's Eve.
Is it New Year's
Eve?
Yeah. No, the Christmas Day game is Ravens 49ers.
Oh, that's what it is. Damn, there's some good holiday games.
Yeah.
I guess because Christmas thing's on a Sunday and then Christmas Eve Saturday, what it is. Anyway.
Christmas is on a Monday, Coach.
It's you know what I mean. Days, what are they?
Yeah.
Then we had Panthers Saints.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was the reason I locked this game.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep.
And this team is in trouble, dude. Holy shit. I think I mentioned it when we were watching Red Zone in the Discord this week, but wow, the Panthers skill players just they couldn't catch anything, dude. It was terrible.
They need to draft wide receivers and offensive linemen very badly.
Yep.
Bryce Young, he doesn't have much of a team.
Yeah, he fucking got feelings there. He would be in desperation
like
mode.
You can't judge him until they get some stuff around him, and then it's like, all right, well, then we can start. But he's got nothing.
Like I don't even want to give their current skill players such a hard time. But it's like week after week, drop after drop. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I mean, you're going up against the Saints. They're struggling too. They got Alvin Kamara, who had a touchdown, 56 yards, but then their leading receivers are A.T. Perry, Bowden Jr., Jimmy Graham. He's still playing.
They do have Chris Olave, but
they have Chris Olave too. But
not much else to speak of.
Is Michael Thomas? What happened to Michael Thomas?
I think he got hurt again, didn't he?
He got hurt again.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me stat check. But I do believe he did get hurt.
Is he not hurt?
I think he was hurt.
Oh no, he's on injured reserve. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
IR with knee injury a month ago. Yeah.
Yep. So that game happened.
Pretty
much. It happened the way we thought it happened.
The Panthers are so fucking screwed, dude.
Yeah. The fact that they don't have their first this year is
they are so fucked.
Yeah,
that's not good.
They should not have done that trade at all. That was just not good. Well, then we had the where am I? Colts Bengals, and don't look now, everybody, but Jake Browning is leading the Bengals to victory.
Yeah.
Like he played well last week, and now this week he's got 18 of 24, 275, 2 TDs and a pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
I feel like we should probably give him a Brock Purdy-esque asterisk since we're so quick to jump down Purdy's throat as far as the amount of weapons he's got.
Yeah.
He did jump into the Bengals offensive scheme, which includes, 3 of the best skilled players in the fucking game all on the same team. So he's got some weapons. He's got some help. But he's good. He's doing really good.
Yep. He does have some help.
I feel like I should probably say that.
Yeah. In fact, the Cincy Jungle reports, is Jake Browning the next Brock Purdy?
All right, so man, for the story for me, good.
Really trying to get those draft picks.
Yep, they're really trying to get those draft picks.
Aiming for that Matt Flynn deal.
Yep, they're gonna send him to the Jets. Dude, we'll get our backup.
Important to note though, Jamar Chase, not the number 1 receiver on the day for the Bengals.
Chase freaking Brown, dude. Yeah. So his ability to utilize everybody should be noted as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
But only if their name is Chase
running
somewhere.
back. Because it looks like he ran for 25 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Man, actually, now that I'm really looking at the stat line, he did spread the ball around pretty impressively.
I mean, still, you do have Jamar Chase, but you also have T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. Yeah, you got some stuff around you. Probably a decent O-line. Mm-hmm. And on the other side, the Colts, Minshew did all right. 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 240. Zach Moss got absolutely stuffed.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Colts are okay. It's what they are. They're not good.
They will finish 8-9 on the year, and then nothing good will happen from it.
Yeah. Let's see who they play.
Important to note, they did have Anthony Richardson, and he was playing really well when he was
very true. Yeah.
That's
so
true.
The future's a little brighter than I thought.
They don't have Jonathan Taylor in.
True.
So that's true. And they do play the Steelers, Falcons, Raiders, and Texans to finish out the year. So it's not
all right. Yeah, okay. So hold on a second. Let's change the narrative in my head then, because I did forget about those 2 very important things. 3, arguably.
Yeah.
When do those 2 come back? Richardson's gone for the season, right? Like he's not.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think Taylor,
I think he's coming back for like week 16 or something.
Yeah, he could be back in a couple of weeks.
So they might have a shot.
They might actually have a shot.
Interesting.
Which, if they make the playoffs, they'll probably just lose to the Dolphins or something.
Yeah, but
almost certainly.
Better than finishing 9-8 and having nothing to show for it.
That is true. Well, maybe not, because then you get a worse draft pick and you got nothing to show. But see,
this is a team that hangs up banners like playoff qualifier 2023. So they're gonna fucking wear that one on their sleeve, dude.
That's true, yes. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see, but I mean, the Bengals right now, I like the Bengals.
Oh yeah,
they're looking pretty good.
Love the Bengals.
Love those Bengals. In fact, what's the Bengals schedule at the end? They've got Vikings, Steelers, Chiefs, Browns. So
it's a bit tough.
A little bit tough. I mean, I think they can beat the Vikings because they're using Nick Mullins.
I think they can win all 4 of those games.
I actually think they could too. Like, we'll say logically they win 2. They go 2-2. You're still 9-8 at that point. You're still right there.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Speaking of intense playoff battles, Buccaneers, Falcons.
Yeah.
Yo, Baker motherfucking Mayfield, I believe is his God-given middle name.
I believe that's correct, yes.
It's also
dude,
the worst division in football, easily.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Where 3 of the teams are 6-7 now, and then the Panthers are 1-12. So one of the this division might be won with a 8-9 record. It could happen.
This was ugly. The Bucs are bad. Don't get me wrong. I just love Baker Mayfield, dude.
Yeah,
I am a fan.
Fucking clutch gene is set to 100 out of 100 on the stat sheet. Oh wow, it is so fun to watch him play in the clutch.
Yeah, he was 14 of 29, so not the greatest completion percentage, but he was 144 yards and 2 touchdowns, so he got it done.
And one on the ground, which he fucking flat over a dude at the goal line. That was great. And then he immediately helped him up.
Yeah, what a guy. Rashad White ran for 102 yards. Chase Edmonds, I forgot he was a football player, ran for 40. Chris Godwin, 53 yards.
Mike Evans got shut down this game, dude.
Yeah, he got shut down.
But I mean, it really is a testament to that receiving core is just still so good.
Yeah.
And they've been so good for so long.
Yeah,
too.
seriously.
Yeah. Honestly, Desmond Ridder didn't do terrible. He was 347, 1 TD, 1 pick. However, Drake London had 172 receiving yards on 10 catches.
Yeah.
Like I think
it was for nothing.
It was for nothing. But I think Drake London's pretty good. He's just in Atlanta right now, so nobody cares. And Kyle Pitts had a touchdown.
He did.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually
Ritter had one on the ground too, which was also a pretty impressive carry.
Yeah. So I mean, and they were in this game. Like it was a close game till the end, but the Buccaneers came out on top. And that's
Rashad White's having a great year too, man. He's been balling.
Yeah. I mean,
I remember seeing a stat about the Bucs about how they have the worst overall winning percentage out of any team in the NFL, and yet they have 2 Super Bowls.
Yep. That is funny. They win the Super Bowl and then they're like, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
It's about where they're at right now, where I feel like this Bucs team could somehow go on a miracle wild card run led by Baker Mayfield.
That would be hilarious. I mean, that would be really funny if Sinvicta comes back for the playoffs and the Bucs come back.
That would be funny. He shows up 1 week and then they lose and he just doesn't show up again.
Shows up for the first minute of the next show, goes woo, and then quits immediately.
But funnily enough, Buccaneers play the Packers next week. So an actual playoff implication game next week. It's going to be honestly, I fully expect the Packers to win that game and then lose to the Panthers. Like at this point, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
We'll see. Jaguars, Browns.
I feel some necessary praise coming Cleveland's way, so I'm going to go get a soda.
All right. Yep. Somehow the elite dragon, Joe Flacco, has risen from the ashes. And he went 26 of 45, 311, 3 touchdowns and a pick. I believe Myles Garrett said he's elite, he's a dragon.
Did he actually?
He actually did say that.
That's fucking hilarious.
Jerome Ford, 51 yards on the ground. David Njoku had 2 touchdowns and 91 yards. Amari Cooper, 77. Like Cleveland actually has some decent receivers.
Oh, yeah.
So Joe Flacco getting it done. Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence had 257, 3 TDs, 3 interceptions. To be fair, I didn't even think he was going to play this game after his ankle got annihilated last week, but he did.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram caught 2 touchdowns. Parker Washington got a touchdown. This was it was a close game at the end, but oh my God, I forgot that this even happened. So you probably didn't see this. But there was a play where the Browns were only up by like 4 or something, I want to say. And they were punting back to the Jaguars with like 6 minutes left. And it was 4th and 6. And then the dumbass Jaguar dude jumped off sides and it went to 4th and 1. And then I think they just went for it and got it. So he literally, and I think they got a field goal or a touchdown on that drive that the dude jumped offside. But they were just like, why? Like, your team's getting the ball back. Just like, why are you jumping off sides? Like, what are you doing? It was so bad. So that was one of the main reasons the Jaguars lost. But they got Flacco'd. So
Elite Dragon, baby.
Yeah.
Elite fucking Dragon.
Yeah, so it's and then they did, they made it close and then they didn't get the onside kick because rarely do people get the onside kick. And that was that.
Well, has anyone got it this year?
I don't know.
Happened?
Has anyone gotten an onside kick 2023? This says Matt Prater. He's executed the only onside kick successfully.
Wow. So one this year. Yeah, I mean, they might as well just get rid of it if they... It's
just, they really should do 4th and 20.
I agree. Yeah.
Because somebody said, who's this? Jeff Rogers? Who the hell is this? Jeff Rogers does not want to lose the onside kick because it's part of the kicking game that he believes is important to keep in the sport. Okay.
I mean, look, I do actually kind of agree because the special teams has been neutralized pretty much. It's less and less important as time goes on.
Yeah.
And doing that would eliminate a big part of it. But I mean, I would even say, if you don't want to do the 4th and 20 thing and you want to keep it in special teams, then like devise some kind of play for special teams.
Yeah.
Like something, because the onside kick in and of itself is dangerous. It's inherently just an exploit of the rules.
Yeah.
Like, it's not supposed to be, it wasn't originally written in.
Yeah.
So,
I have an idea.
Okay.
Topgolf style. So it's like a random spot on the field is designated as the zone that they have to. It's like a very small circle. And if the kicker can nail it with the kick, they get the ball at that spot.
Yeah, like a skill challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would be down for that.
That would be cool.
The other team gets the ball and they don't even have to catch it or anything. But if they hit that spot, they get it.
Yeah.
I would actually be down for something.
That would actually be cool.
And it's still a special teams play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, they bring out a little ring and it's like, you got to kick it into the ring. They can determine the size.
Like special effects and fireworks and shit.
Because then, if you do that, because then you also have to incentivize having a good kicker that can be accurate with that. Right? And you're like, oh, here he goes. He's going to get in the thing. And then maybe he does.
Young would come. He'd be so excited.
Yeah. And you could have it. You could even have it to make it more difficult on the team that if he does do it, they have to start at like their own 10 or 15 or something, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's even harder to go down the field. That would,
why not?
Yeah, there's some fun things you could do. You could even do like,
but it's the NFL, so it's the no fun league.
Yeah,
so they'll probably just like make rules.
I'm just
gonna
make this a thing. I'm gonna make this like a carnival event.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the XFL was trying different things, but their solutions were very injury.
Yeah, they're like, what if we have 3 guys and they just run at each other and whoever falls down loses?
That was basically it. Yeah.
Oh, that man's dead.
What's the UFC dude's name? Dana something? That sounds that sounds like one of his ideas.
Yeah.
What if we just put a cage and the kickers fight each other?
But only with their legs.
So yeah, there's plenty of other ways, but yeah, it's pretty difficult to get an onside kick now, unless you're the Packers in an NFC Championship game with everything on the line. So, then we had the Lions Bears, folks.
Go Bears!
What's happening? What's going on here?
So this was the other shoe dropping, I think, for Lions fans who have been living and dying by the gusto of Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
This is the dying part.
What I have read, and what seems to be the case, is that people have realized that if you blitz Jared Goff, he is bad. That seems to be what's happening. So the Packers blitzed him. The Bears are blitzing him. Who else did they play the other week? They played the Saints blitzed them, even though they won against the Saints. But like it's becoming obvious that they're just like, yo, we just blitz this guy, and he's like, whoa. And they need Detroit has to figure out some ways to not have him constantly getting under pressure, like put guys back there to help. Like, you got to do something. I mean, you still have Amon-Ra St. Brown. You have like good receivers, Sam Laporta. Yeah. So you have Jahmyr Gibbs. You're in for 66 yards and a touchdown. The other issue is Detroit's defense also sucks ass, and it's not good.
Yeah,
that's a big problem.
I mean, they're going for the more recent strategy of everything on offense and fuck everything else.
The problem is the offense doesn't work, then it's real bad.
Dude, you can almost disregard all of that by simply stating the fact that they had, checks notes, 7 turnovers.
Yeah.
7.
Oh, you're not going to win many games like that.
2 interceptions, 1 fumble lost, 4 on downs, 1 of 5 on 4th down, including going for it on 4th and fucking 10.
Yeah, that's
look. Dan Campbell, it's ride or die. You'll burn with him, but he'll go for it every time.
Yeah, when you fail 4 4th downs, that's pretty bad. And then the Bears turned it over 0 times, except for 1 failed 4th down. But then they also had a 4th and 13 where they drew the offside. They pulled the old Aaron Rodgers from back in the day, and then they threw it downfield. I'm surprised they didn't get blown dead. They keep blowing those dead all the time now. But yeah, it's like Lions, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I still don't believe in the Bears.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, but I don't think they're as bad as they were earlier in the season. Like they do have the capability to like beat other teams now, especially a divisional team like this.
Exactly. I still contend that Justin Fields is good as well.
For sure.
I agree.
I love Justin Fields.
It's such a weird thing now because like they have to decide if they're going to move on from him, right? Because they're like, we're going to draft a quarterback, but then you still have him. I think he's still got 1 year left. So it's like, are you going to trade him? Maybe they would trade him at that point, like during the draft, or like, do you play him while the new quarterback sits behind him? But then he's still like, I'm going to leave, obviously. Like it's a weird situation.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do. I still think they're going to trade him and then he's going to go somewhere else and be really good. And then their new quarterback will be bad because that's the Bears. And that's how they
I feel like they're definitely going to find a way to fuck it up regardless of how much opportunity is currently in front of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? Justin Fields going to go to like, God, what's the team he would get? He'd go to like the fucking
Giants.
No, they got Tommy Salami. Why do they need?
They got DeVito now.
I mean, even if like Geno season ends, you go like Seattle. Like he'd probably be good with Seattle and Pete Carroll. Like he could go to Atlanta. Atlanta seems like
I like that.
Atlanta would be good.
Atlanta seems like the best fit because they're just a run heavy offense. They've got weapons like Drake London and Kyle Pitts there. Like he would actually fit in.
Well, I mean, you know what? This would be stupid and it wouldn't happen, but the Saints actually.
I was just thinking
he would be good with the Saints. Yeah. Really, just any NFC South team. That's what it boils down to. But yeah, man, this is more of a Lions shitting themselves and being like,
yeah,
it's not looking great. I still think they win the division, but like, it's gonna be closer at this point.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna make the playoffs. I think either way.
Yeah, they'll make the playoffs.
Probably.
I mean,
I don't think they're gonna lose out.
No, they still play the Vikings twice, but they play the Broncos and the Cowboys, which are not easy games.
Those are gonna be close.
I mean, they could lose that out. That seems like it's
like a Lions thing to do.
Yeah.
I think they win at least one of the Vikings games. It is the Vikings.
It's
like a corpse of the Vikings
falling apart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So. It's going to be weird. I don't know what's going to happen, but they got to do something fast.
Yep.
Then we had the 49ers beat the Seahawks. Who saw this coming?
Oh, boy. What a shock.
Yeah,
everyone, I think.
Drew Lock actually started well.
He did fine, especially considering going up against the fucking 49ers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the big stats, if you look here, are Christian McCaffrey, 145 rushing yards.
Dude, that first run. Oh, my God. That was great. See you later, Seattle.
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey is the reason I am in the playoffs. So I would like to thank you, Mr. McCaffrey. You are an excellent man.
And then
excellent player.
The other things are Deebo Samuel with 149 yards and a touchdown receiving. Pretty good.
Yep. Not bad.
Not bad. George Kittle, 76 yards and a touchdown, and Brandon Ayuk, 126 yards. So,
yeah.
Just a microcosm of the San Francisco experience right here.
Yep. And then, by the way, they have a good defense.
Yep.
In fact, Fred Warner and I believe DK Metcalf got into it. They were like shoving and yelling.
Yeah,
from this point on, dude. Oh, yeah. God, I forgot about that. He was not happy.
Yeah. Dude, in fact, the 49ers, they've got, if you look at their defense, they've got like high draft picks from other teams. They have Clellan Ferrell, who I think the Raiders took like 5th 1 year. They've got Randy Gregory, who's on the Cowboys and the Broncos. They got rid of him. Now he got a sack this game. They got Chase Young, who didn't do anything in this game, but he's still there.
Still fucking Chase Young.
Yeah. So like they're just taking dudes and being like, hey, you're in the defense now. And then they're like, oh, we'll be good because we're 49ers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's just
a well-run organization. I am very jealous of the 49ers.
I am absolutely to the point where I will not be picking against them until they lose again because I really don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they will either because they play.
It's just a monster team.
Yeah. I mean, they play the Ravens, which is a hard one. But like aside from that,
they're at home for that game, man. I like them there.
Yeah. Commanders, they'll win Cardinals, they should win. Although I think they lost.
That would be a hilarious game for them to
Yeah,
lose.
I can see it. It's divisional, right?
Yeah. And then
they beat the Cardinals 35-16 in October.
Yeah. The Rams is their last game. The Rams could be a tricky one because that's divisional, and the Rams are probably playing for playoffs at that point too.
Yeah, but I still definitely like the Niners there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, that would be crazy. I still pick the Niners every game except like the Ravens maybe, where it could be closer, but that's about it. Then we had the game of the week, the Vikings Raiders.
Oh,
this
God.
is, I mean, this is maybe the worst game ever.
This was offensive.
It was pretty bad. I forgot to mention.
It into perspective, if you didn't watch, it is Minnesota Vikings 3, the Las Vegas Raiders 0. That was the end. That's the final score.
I wanted to mention that the Seahawks, by the way, are still in the playoff picture. If you didn't realize,
yeah, good.
But they are behind the Rams.
Season.
Yep, yeah. Geno season. Although Geno is hurt, so currently not. Geno season. But yeah, this game was terrible. It should have been a tie. They should have just been like, it's over, 0-0.
That would have been hilarious.
But the Raiders did get into field goal range, and they fumbled it. The Vikings missed a field goal earlier in the game, but when it counted, they made the field goal, and that was the difference of this football game. Both their quarterbacks...
17 punts.
17 punts. In fact,
17 punts.
I saw a thing where the guy on the announcer was breaking it down. He was like, well, so far this game, we've had punt, missed field goal, punt, missed field goal, punt. He's just going down the line. It was terrible. Like, Aiden O'Connell looked not good. They got the ball back, and it was like, maybe they'll get a field goal. And then,
No single player looked good.
No.
Maybe Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Man,
Josh
McDaniels really fucked this team. Real good.
Yeah. They're not even like the Colts, where they're just okay. They're just like below okay.
Yeah.
But they're not terrible enough to be the number one pick. So it's just, they really should have traded Devontae Adams to like anybody.
Yeah.
When they had the chance.
Well, they're probably going to try to get him to the Jets before.
Probably, yeah. In the offseason. And then Nick Mullins came in and went 9 of 13 for 83 yards after Dobbs went 10 of 23 for 63 yards. So after his terrible performance last week, Dobbs still did pretty bad this week. So I think the Josh Dobbs experiment is over.
He had a little bit of a glimmer, but it has been snuffed out.
Yeah.
He'll still get contracts, though.
Yeah, it's what happens usually is like they have their time in the sun, and then teams watch, and they're like, "Look, when he does this, he's bad." And then they're like, "All right, make him do that." And then they like get the tape, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, look at that. He can't overcome this like type of defense or like whatever it is." So, the Vikings without Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, this team is not good.
Yeah.
And without Alexander Madison now.
Yeah, they're...
I mean, the Vikings are also a weird question of, like, what are they going to do in the offseason, right? Because
at this point, like, you have to bring back Kirk Cousins if you want, like, unless you're going to tank and, like, rebuild, like, you have to bring him back.
Yeah, I mean, he's when he's playing, he's like a top 10 QB at this point. And, you know.
And as much as I bashed him, like, I'd say this year he was probably top 5. Maybe even top 3.
He was doing great this year, dude.
Yeah. Like, he was doing great. So
he was carrying me in fantasy until he went in.
Their defense is still pretty good. They're younger. They play well. So, I mean, that's their kind of bright spot right now is the defense. And I guess TJ Hawkinson. But, it's rough out there.
Oh, yeah.
And they got kind of a tricky schedule at the end, too, with the Bengals, Lions, Packers, Lions.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting, but
their season's over.
Yeah. Pretty much. But at this point, if you win one of those games, you still could make the playoffs.
God. Imagine this fucking Vikings team in the playoffs. What a nightmare.
They are the 6th seed currently. I've just imagine like, dude, we made it. And then they play like the Cowboys. And then it's like, well, all right.
They're going to be some bad teams in the playoffs. Probably.
There sure are.
I hope we're overdue for a surprising Super Bowl victory.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Yes.
I think these Baker-led Bucks might be that
Right?
team, dude.
That would be pretty cool.
It'll be the
I would
49ers.
be into that. Yeah, it's gonna be the 49ers.
Yeah, it's gonna be the 49ers. Unless the Cowboys figure out how to win a playoff game, in which case maybe.
Oh God, no! Don't put that evil into the world. Make them win again.
Sorry. Broncos Chargers. I think I'm done picking the Chargers, everybody. I think I'm officially done. Even with Justin Herbert, they couldn't do anything. Then he got hurt, and they brought in Easton Stick. Easton Stick.
Who didn't do terrible.
Yeah,
That's true. He did
pretty decent.
do okay.
But they still suck.
They still suck, yes. Broncos. Dude, don't look now. Broncos are a game back of first place.
It's ridiculous.
And they got
That's so funny.
This team lost by 50.
Yep.
they lost by 50, and then they woke up. And now
I mean, I guess
like,
that humbling really took effect.
I guess.
And like their schedule's pretty like they play Lions, who are struggling, Patriots,
Oh boy.
Chargers again
All
without Herbert, and
Yep.
then the Raiders.
Wow.
They could
They
win
might win out.
Like this, I think they're gonna make the playoffs easily.
Yeah, I think they might.
Yeah, and I mean,
Let's
I mean,
right.
hey,
because
Sean Payton, we were giving him shit too, and you know, kind of rightfully so. He's
Yeah.
kind of an asshole. But
However,
I feel like I've been
also-
saying that. I feel like I've been saying this every week, but Cortland Sutton is the dude
Yeah.
in that offense now. Like,
yeah,
he has been called on in big moments time after time, and he just keeps showing the fuck up.
yeah,
Mhm.
like they're becoming an actual like their defense. I think is becoming a really good defense. Like they're consistently holding teams.
Broncos country. That's right.
Yeah. In
Sorry,
fact,
Chargers.
Yeah.
Chargers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, does anyone?
I don't think so. I just felt like I might as well. Oh,
Yeah.
for 12 on third. Oh my God.
Yep. Oh, and 1 of 6 on 4th down.
Jeez,
They're
they also
worse than the
had
Lions.
7 turnovers. What the hell?
They converted 3rd and 4th downs combined. They went 1 of 18.
God
Yikes.
damn.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's you got to fire. What's his name?
That coach is gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. I
I
forgot
forget his name. Anthony
Who
Lynn?
is it? Yeah.
It's
Is it Anthony Lynn?
Is that
It's not Anthony Lynn. No, it's fucking guy with hat.
Staley. Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley. Yeah.
Brandon Staley. Yeah.
Guy
yeah,
with
yeah.
hat. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I know
Of
that guy.
course. Yeah. I don't pay attention to the Chargers.
Yeah. No.
I know
he's gotta go.
coordinators on other teams.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Then we had Bills Chiefs. Everybody, boy oh boy, was this a
God.
fun game.
Okay. Let's talk about the fun stuff first, because there's a lot of really cool things that happen in this game.
Yeah. So the Bills played pretty well. Josh Allen, 233, a TD and a pick. Well, he did okay, nothing great, but James Cook
That
50
one throw
yards.
on the sideline that was insane.
He
You remember
did,
that
yeah.
one? It was like stumbling out of bounds and somehow sidearmed it
Yep.
to the perfect spot
That was
for, I
great.
think it was James Cook.
Yep, James Cook, who he ran for 58. He caught 83 yards and a touchdown, being that one. Josh Allen also ran for a touchdown and 30 yards. And the Chiefs, on the other hand, Mahomes.
Oh, dude, the Josh Allen run where he like pushed the entire pile forward into the end
that's
zone.
right.
That was
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's still a crazy big running
Tank,
quarterback.
Yeah.
He's almost got like Roethlisberger type
Oh, yeah.
size.
Yeah.
But just but more athletic.
Yeah,
and
but more
less
athletic.
Donut man.
Yeah. Mahomes, 25 of 43, 271, 1 TD, 1 int. Nothing great. Their running game was pretty bad.
Yep.
And Kelsey had 83 yards. Rasheed Rice had 72 and a touchdown. But everybody else
I didn't realize Edwards Hilaire was in the front of the running back depth chart again.
sure is. And the big thing this game was the end, where the Chiefs completed a pass to Kelsey, who then did a crazy lateral back to Tony, and he ran in for a touchdown, which would have been an amazing play.
Yeah,
but
Absolutely.
Kadarius Toney lined up offsides, but the Chiefs didn't think so. which I don't know why, because it was blatantly obvious he was offsides. Like, blatantly obvious. It wasn't even like a questionable thing.
It's not even a debate. It's not like there's sides to this argument.
Yeah.
Everyone but the Chiefs, including Chiefs fans, are like, yeah, dude, he was offsides, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, in fairness, the players and the coach, they don't have the access to the views on the sidelines.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's also Kadarius Toney, who's fucked up like every week. So it's like, if they're like, Toney messed up again, I'd be like, oh, yeah, it's Kadarius Toney. He goes again. Like, it shouldn't be that surprising at this point, but I guess it is. And so the insane part was the amount they leaned into this. They were just like, this is the worst call I've ever seen. When literally, like last week, they should have been upset with the pass interference on MVS. Like, that would have been made more sense. Like, oh, it was an actual bad.
Clearly was, because he brought it up in the post-game conference. Like, he clearly was still resentful about that, too. He was probably just letting it all out in the moment.
But it was like this... Like, the amount he exploded this game should have been last week. And then he even after the game, we went up to Josh Allen. He was like, worst call I've ever seen. And it was like, it wasn't even a bad call. He's offsides.
Even Andy Reid in the post-game pressers talking about how it's embarrassing for the NFL and they should have been warned. Like, motherfucker,
like,
you're literally just mad you lost. Like that. It's so stupid.
Like, there you go. I linked it again. Like, he's in front of the football. The arrow is pointing to his foot where he's like clearly offsides. Like, it's not even a question.
It's like he's like a yard offside.
Yeah. And they said Toney doesn't even check with the line judge. Like, a lot of receivers, they'll like look over and be like, am I good? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, okay. Like, he doesn't do that. He's just like, well, here I am.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad. And so he was just like, Mahomes was like, this is going to ruin Travis Kelce's Hall of Fame career. So I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense. Like,
to say.
Just throwing a fit. He's throwing a childish fit. It is embarrassing.
Yeah. Like, it actually is.
Hey, I will say, all things considered, having the Chiefs and Andy Reid and Mahomes all shitting on the officiating, maybe something happens there,
Maybe.
Well, the thing is, they were right this time.
That's
they were
true.
Right.
Yeah, they were right in this case.
This time.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. It's almost like they're gaslighting everyone now. Like, it was a bad call. Like, I guess it was. It's like, no, it was a good call. There's
like
so
the refs, the organization, and the ref themselves afterward were like, oh, yeah, absolutely. I would make that call again. It was the right call. He was egregiously offsides. And we normally warn them, but usually when it's this blatant, we don't.
Yeah. It's like, it's embarrassing, I think. Like, you could just see it and be like, yeah, it was bad. Like, we messed up. We just saw the thing. But even after the game where they could have looked at it, they're just like still going at it. Like, dude, like, there's so many bad calls this year. You could have picked like any, like even I said last week.
The worst hill to die on. Exactly. Yeah. It's so dumb.
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I think they're just more frustrated that they're not great this year. Like, they're still a good team, but like the receivers are bad. Like,
that coupled with the fact that the play itself was so dramatic, and then and obviously the implications of this game, like it was just, I think it was just the perfect storm of stuff, but that's still not an excuse. Like, obviously, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that this is also one of those. This is now one of those modern extra divisional rivalries. Bills and Chiefs.
Yep.
So
it has very much become that. Yeah.
Mm.
And this was big for the Bills. Like, they needed this game. Like, very, very much so. So it's looking a little rough now. The Chiefs in a down year. I was already saying their Chiefs are kind of reminding me of like some of the late, like 2019 Packers or something, where it was like Rodgers and Adams. It's like Mahomes and Kelsey. And then it's like, is anybody else going to do anything? And it's like, wait, how do we play football?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no.
Tom Brady with the Patriots, they won. I mean, you know better than me, Bear. They won 2 or 3 rings and then none for like 10 years, right?
Yeah. It was like a good decade or so before they were even back in it. No, they were, in a couple Super Bowls, but
right. Yeah.
I mean, the Chiefs, they have been the like top team like every year.
Yeah.
Like every year. And now it's not going to happen unless some crazy shit goes down. But like, it's not looking like they might have to play a wild card game. In fact, it seems very likely they will. And I don't think they have.
Yeah, have they?
They're usually the home team in the divisional round. So yeah, it's been a long time. I think there was a stat about it recently though, so I feel like they actually did do one a few years ago.
They looking at this 20
Alex Smith's last year.
Probably. They played a wild card game once against the Steelers in 2021. And that's when the Steelers were a shell of a team with like the corpse of Ben Roethlisberger. That's what it was. And then they lost to the Bengals in the championship. It was that year.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So, yeah, aside from that, that's it. Like, that's pretty crazy. So, and I guess 2017, they played the Titans, but that was when they had Alex Smith.
Right.
So...
Yeah. So this is a pretty fun heel turn for Mahomes, huh?
Yeah. This is...
I mean, in fairness, I do think he's the guy to hate, right?
Oh,
like
time.
Right now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like there's no Tom Brady in the league anymore.
It always happens. Like I know Chiefs fans will probably be like, they're hate, but like it happens to whoever's good in the league, especially if you've been good for a while. All right. I got used to it over the years with the Packers. They'd be like, dumbass Aaron Rodgers, stupid Packer, getting all the calls, the ref thing, right? I'm used to this shit. I heard it for forever. So I get it. It sucks especially when your team's getting like penalties and stuff called against you, and then it's whatever. But listen, you got the point of you are still good. Like you still have an unbelievable quarterback and team, and you're going to be competitive as long as that's all together. So like
they might even make the playoffs. Who knows? You know how the NFL
probably
is. I mean, or not the playoffs. Sorry,
much
the
will
Super
make the
Bowl.
playoffs.
I mean,
it's like they are going to make the playoffs.
No.
Rob.
I think they're definitely going to make the playoffs. Yeah, no, but I mean, but yeah, I think who knows? They might make the Super Bowl because you don't know. You know how the playoffs are.
I mean, they still very well could. Like, playoffs. It's a whole new season.
Just imagine though being a 60-year-old tenured NFL referee getting screamed, cried at on the sideline for 10 minutes. By Kermit the fucking Frog.
I think that's just the worst part about it is the penalty was a good penalty and they just got mad about it. And there's so many other penalties they could have gotten mad about. But it happened, and the Bills won.
Yep.
Then we had the Cowboys shitting on the Eagles. And as we know, no NFC East team can win 2 years in a row. And now it seems that is occurring.
It is the magic of the NFC.
Is afoot once more.
Yep. Dak Prescott, 24, 39, 271, 2 TDs. Tony Pollard and Rico Dowdle running well. They're passing the ball around. Eagles did not do anything really.
Yep.
They kind of just got shit on.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. They lost 3 fumbles. Cowboys only lost 1. It was Eagles. Eagles haven't been looking great the last couple of. I mean, they got kind of dunked on by the 49ers. They got dunked on by the Cowboys, and then the week before that, they barely beat the Bills.
Yep.
So like it's been kind of rough. I mean, I don't think
for how Sorry, go on.
No, I insist.
Well, I was just gonna say for how dominant they looked for so long, it is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
They had to eke one out against the Commanders too, man.
Yeah. I mean, they're still a good team. Like, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But these last couple weeks, they did lose to the Jets.
They lost to the goddamn
Jets. Lost to the fucking Jets.
Yeah. So they don't feel as strong as, like, say, the 49ers. But, when the playoffs hit, you still don't know. Like, it's any given Sunday. Yeah. Any given Sunday. Plus,
I want it so bad that the magic streak continues and they won't win the division.
Oh, big time. Yeah. They absolutely should win the division. Is the thing.
They should.
I mean, their remaining schedule is peanuts, and the Cowboys is the opposite. So they're completely in control. Not to mention, if they tie with the Cowboys, then they still have the tiebreaker based on division record. So they're pretty firmly in the driver's seat. But it would be hilarious.
It would be very. It funny.
Would be pretty funny. Meanwhile, the Cowboys still. Like, until they win a divisional playoff game, like they could go like undefeated in the regular season, but they have not won a divisional playoff game since
the 90s, right?
The 90s. Yeah. The last time they won a divisional playoff game was 1995.
Yeah.
They have lost.
That was like 10 years ago, Coach.
That's like 10 years ago. Yeah. They lost to the Panthers in 96. They lost to then they've lost numerous wild card games. Lost to the Giants divisional in 2007, the Vikings in 2009, the Packers in 2014, the Packers again in 2016, the Rams in 2018, the 49ers last year.
Yep.
So that's their bump in the road. They have to make it over that bump, the divisional round. If they can do that, then I'll believe in the Cowboys. But until then, I guarantee Mike McCarthy's going to do some sort of bad clock management and fuck him over.
Let's have a bump, more of a border wall.
Yeah. It's we'll see, but to me that's when I'll actually consider the Cowboys being good. So then we had the Packers. Folks,
he can hardly get it out of his mouth.
Last week when we were talking about this game, I was like, I'm confident we're going to win. And then Apollo was like, how confident? I was like, 89. And after I said that, I was like, you know what? We're going to lose this game. Literally after I said that, I was like, I should not be this kind. And then, you know what? It pretty much was everything I expected. The offense reverted back to October. The special teams was
gotta get some WD-40 on the
chair.
You right. Sorry, that's my manservant Igor.
Yes, of course.
The best new host of the show,
Igor.
Would you like some milk?
You don't get to go on with this game, Coach. This is the show now. It's
the Igor show. The special teams was a classic Packers special teams game where Andrews Carlson went 3 of 4 with field goals, where if we just would have made one more, we would have been fine. The Keyshawn Nixon fumbled the punt return, setting up a Giants touchdown. The fucking defense was a classic Joe Barry defense where we made Tommy Salami look like Lamar Jackson. And guess what? Remember, did you guys know that the Giants have one of the worst offensive lines in NFL history? Guess how many times we sacked him?
How many,
Zero!
Coach? Oh, no!
That's not good.
Zero sacks. We sacked him 0 times. The worst offensive line.
Did you get, Coach?
I don't even fucking care.
Because I think it also might be very low.
It was every time we'd get close to him, he would just bust it. He was like Lamar Jackson. He would just run. And then it's like, hey, Joe Barry, maybe we drop a guy into a quarterback spy situation to stop him from fucking sprinting all over. And he's like, and he just didn't do it. Like, what do you?
Look, in fairness, it's pretty hard to stop a stallion. An Italian stallion.
Yeah,
and that is exactly who Tommy DeVito is.
Cartoon character. It makes me so happy. He's the most ridiculous person, and he knows it, and he loves it, and they completely buys it.
And the worst part about this game was we played absolutely terribly, and yet we were up with 1 minute to go, and all we had to do was stop them from getting into field goal range. You would think, oh boy, it's Tommy Salami. Let's just blitz him, have a quarterback spy, play man, and just like let him not dink and dunk down the field or whatever. That's what we do. We play 10 yards off. We play fucking 10 yards off. Like, people were tweeting this shit. Dude, our old offensive or defensive lineman, Mike Daniels, who was a Pro Bowler, was like, man, I played with this team back in the 2015 or whatever, and they still, like, we haven't had a good defense in forever. And then people were just tweeting it like, Joe Barry, why are you lining like 12 yards off? Guess what they did when they lined 12 yards off? They just threw it to the guy and let him run. Like, what are you doing?
Or Tommy just took off.
Did he realize that we didn't need to give up a touchdown? We had to not give up field goals. Like, I get it if you're like, oh, we got to stop the touchdown. Don't let him get a touchdown or but the field goals? You're afraid Tommy DeVito's going to beat you on a deep ball?
That was a fun sentence.
It's just, I was like, leave it to the Packers to make this like fucking random ass undrafted dude look like an amazing star. Like it happened in fucking like the playoffs against San Francisco. Kaepernick went for like 500 total yards against us. Like it's just, we take these like dudes and like they have like career games every time. Like we made fucking the Falcons guy Desmond Ridder look like a Pro Bowler. Like it's I don't know. It's got to start from the top. And it's fucking Joe Barry. He managed the Commanders and the 0-16 Lions. Maybe you think he's not very good if the defense he coached was 0-16. But no, like I'd rather have a guy up in the booth that just like has a Madden sheet and he just like hits a random number generator and he's like, let's run this defense.
Randy, let Randy coach.
Let Randy coach.
Hey, coach, we're gonna run X. Sorry. Your Xbox guy or PlayStation. I see. Square then.
I'd rather we just all out blitz every play. Like I'd genuinely rather we all out blitz every play because then it's like if you get beat, you get beat. Offense goes back out. Maybe we can score again. Like straight up. I said this like 3 weeks ago. I would like. There's no downside opposed to like prevent defense. Where guess what? Like can't give up the big play. Well, guess what? You gave up like 20 small plays and now they win. Like it doesn't. So
he's lost it.
The worst part was the Giants also tried to gift us this game. Saquon Barkley just like fell down and fumbled. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we also fucking, they fumbled a special teams thing and then we couldn't score a touchdown. I think we got a field goal on that. This was Jordan Love reverted back to the first half. He looked terrible. Then he like started playing well. Oh my God, I forgot the 2-point conversion. Okay, this wouldn't even have been a big deal. Okay, let him get a field goal. We go to overtime. But Matt LaFleur, he used to be like AJ Dillon up the middle. It failed. AJ Dillon up the middle. It failed. Then for some reason he figured out it's a bad call, and he's like, okay, let's run jet sweeps. Jet sweeps to Jaden Reed. It worked the first time, and then the Giants were like, guys, they're going to run a jet sweep. Then he gets stuffed, okay? Then we do another jet sweep. He gets stuffed. Guess what play we run on the 2-point conversion to go up 3? A fucking jet sweep, and guess what? No. It didn't work.
Oh, man, really?
Hey, guys, Jordan Love's getting into rhythm and really looking good. Let's take it out of his hands. What are you doing? Oh my God. I was just
run that jet sweep, coach.
Yeah, run the jet sweep. I guess what the worst part is, he got fucking concussed on that play.
Oof.
Oh my God. It was like the dumbest LaFleur call of the night. And there were some dumb LaFleur calls. But either way, this game was trash. I'm just going to pretend that we lost to the Chiefs and beat the Giants. And we're still in the 7 seed. So if we just keep winning out, we're fine.
Yeah, just shout out to Tommy DeVito and his entire entourage. Really just,
it's
chef's kiss.
Yeah. Listen, Tommy DeVito, he looked great. I'm actually cheered for Tommy DeVito. There were some passes he made that looked pretty awful, but he did make some really good passes out there. He made good decisions. Like he does look all right. Like he doesn't look bad. He did what he had to do to win the game. And then the one person I did hate was, I think he said it was his agent. This is dude dressed in like all black with chains.
Come on, how do you not love that?
Maybe if he was playing like the Bears and doing this, but the fact that it's against my team while I'm watching and you're just like, there he goes again. He's like, hey, look at it. I'm just like, I want to fucking punch that guy.
Dude. He was dressed as if like Vito Corleone had called someone in for a hit from the old country.
He really was. I think any other team, if he was playing against, I would have been like, this is great. But it's just when it's your team and you're trying to like win out and look better, and then you're just like, it's the buildup of like all the things that were going wrong this game, fumbles, interceptions, And then you get to the end and he's fucking, I'm just like, so anyway.
By the dude with the guy cheering from the sidelines dressed in a spirit Halloween gangster costume.
Yeah. I will say it was, I did see a funny meme, which was on the NFC North Meme War subreddit, where somebody has put the Italian flag and said upvote to scare a Packer fan. So that was a good one. But this is, we just reverted back. The only upside I take from this game is that we actually, like, Jordan Love actually did lead us down the field to take the lead at the end. So I was like, all right, you know what? We actually could have still won if the defense knew how to, like, actually play defense. And what are you going to do? You learn. Maybe they need a little wake-up call. Maybe they were beating these other teams. They're like, yeah, we're feeling good. And then they underestimated the power of the salami and the Giants. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
powerful salami, coach.
Yeah,
it is a very
powerful salami. So that happened. Then we had the Titans Dolphins, which,
oh boy,
another game. Well, by the way, can I just say that I hate 2 Monday night games going on at the same time?
Oh, yeah, no, it's so dumb.
It's dumb. Like, at least have one start like an hour earlier or something.
Yeah, they never do this for Sunday night games. Like, why do it now?
It's stupid. I hate it. So, anyway, they fucking they play this game. It's like, it was weird because the scores were like exactly the same. They'd be like, it's 7-7 in both games. It's 10-7
there were like
in both
exciting
games.
moments happening simultaneously, and it's like, okay, I want to watch them both, but I literally can't.
Yeah, there's no red zone.
No. So, end of the game, it was like, I think with 5 minutes left, it was like 13-20 or something, and it ended up being 28-27 because the Titans got like 14 points in like 2 minutes. Like, and then the Dolphins tried to drive down to do what the Giants did, but apparently they didn't know how to do it, and then Tua gets hit and down he goes, and then they lose.
I mean, I want to reiterate, because this was a stat that was much celebrated on the Jets subreddit, of course, that the Dolphins choked a game with. Hold on, let me get you the exact stat. The exact stat is the Dolphins choked a 2-touchdown game away with 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I thought the Titans had imploded and the Dolphins found a way to implode within the implosion. It was insane.
Yeah.
They just stopped defending. Will Levis just marched right down the field within like 90 seconds on the first drive, and then the second drive was even faster. It was unbelievable. Like, the Dolphins also up to that point had played pitifully. The offense couldn't do anything. The only reason they scored 2 touchdowns was because they were gifted glorious field position from special teams plays on back-to-back drives.
Which leads to the question, is Tyreek Hill this entire offense?
Yeah.
He might be.
Waddle did okay, but without Hill to supplement him, I don't know about him being the number 1 guy, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not looking great. They're not looking very good. Dolphins play the Jets next, which I don't even know if they can win that one. And then they play
have a good defense.
Cowboys, Ravens, Bills.
And I know that it's going to have the opposite effect, but can I just say this should solidify Tyreek Hill's MVP case, because we're talking about a team almost falling apart on offense in his absence.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, this team needs him.
Yeah, ridiculous.
In fact, I mean, if you go back, the Chiefs relied on him very heavily too. Like, he clearly is one of the most impactful players on the field when he's on.
Yeah.
And also a terrible person off the field who's really shit.
Shit, but
he's real fast. Though.
Yeah, he is really fast, so it doesn't matter.
He can do crimes very quickly.
So funny, dude. We're not exaggerating at all.
So yeah, what a game for the Titans, man. Like, Will Levis looking like he is the quarterback going forward. Hopkins had a big game. Like, I think the Titans, you have to keep going with Will Levis at this point, right? Like, build around him.
Yeah. I mean, is Tannehill, like, how hold on, I'll look him up.
I want to say 28. I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, but I want to know what about his contract?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like 35.
Oh God,
yeah.
what?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Stop
if they cut him next year, then they would owe him $9.2 million that year, and then 4.6 the following year. So that's pretty, like, you can eat that potentially.
Yeah.
So they could potentially trade him.
Yeah.
And I think he would have, I don't know what you would get for Ryan Tannehill, but like, I don't know, probably like a second round pick.
Oh God, no. You kidding?
I don't know. I mean, maybe
his last 2 seasons, he went 2,500 yards, 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Then this year was 1,100 yards, 2 TDs, and 6 interceptions.
Yeah,
who's going to give up a second rounder for that? And he's injury prone. I was going to say a 6th round pick.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, although I don't know. I mean, there are some bad GMs out there. I could totally see him going for a second rounder.
That's true. There are some bad GMs. At max, I could see a 4th rounder. That's what I see. But I still don't think so.
Dude, this is we're talking about another top team that we thought was like one of the elite contenders. All of a sudden, is like we're worried about whether or not this team's going to win a playoff game. I feel like at this point,
yeah.
And we're at the end of the season too, which is interesting because, you know, we see this every year, right? Yeah. About how that momentum can kind of carry you into the playoffs and through them. So, you know, if these good teams are, all I'm saying is this is feeling like the kind of year where we're gonna have a surprising Super Bowl victor.
Miracle Mayfield.
Kind of feel it too. I can see it.
I'm hopeful. I'm crossing my fingers.
Yeah. Or it's just Ravens 49ers.
Yeah.
Because those look like the teams that are the best teams.
I mean, if the Ravens win the Super Bowl, it's been a while, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, Lamar Jackson. That'd be a fun one.
Actually, it's been a while since the Niners won a Super Bowl too, right?
Yeah, because they lost. They've been in the Super Bowl. They lost. Oh wait,
yeah.
Then who won the Ravens 49ers played each other? I think the Ravens won, didn't they? Joe Flacco won, wasn't it? Man. Ravens 49ers. What year was that? I feel like this is a blur.
Like 2003 or something?
2013.
2013. Oh.
It was Harbaugh. It was the Harbaugh Bowl.
Right. I remember that, actually.
And that was when the power went out.
Yeah, the power went out in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was delayed for like 2 hours.
Yeah, and Joe Flacco was the MVP of that game.
Yeah.
Yep. There it is. That game. I mean, we could get 10 years later a rematch.
Right.
So that would be, that'd be a fun Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah, they introduce Jim Harbaugh at halftime coming in as a guest coach for the Niners.
And then I believe that is all the games of the week.
Well, except for the one that we skipped.
Except for the Apollo one, but he's still not here, and it looks like he's still streaming. So I'll cover this one real quick. The Steelers suck. Especially with Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback. He's not good. And Bailey Zappi actually went for 3 touchdowns, a pick, 240 yards. And Ezekiel Elliott at 68. Yep. So I think, in fact, Ezekiel Elliott ran for 68, but he also had 72 receiving yards and a touchdown.
Huge game for Zeke.
Yeah. So leave it to the Steelers to make Bailey Zappi and the worst Patriot offense we've seen look great.
Mm-hmm. And the Pats hurt their draft position in the process.
Yep. I did watch the ending of this game where the Steelers still almost had a chance to come back and they still couldn't do it. So, man, it was bad. Like the Patriots failed the 4th and 1 quarterback shove, or the 3rd and 1 quarterback, and they had to punt. Like it was a bad game. But most Thursday games are bad games, so it was especially bad. In fact, I think Apollo said he didn't even watch it. So
that is fair, actually. Yeah.
And so those are your games of the week.
Can I interject before we move on?
Yep.
we should do a little fantasy football.
Oh yeah.
Update.
Oh
because
yeah, absolutely.
The regular season of fantasy football has ended now.
Yep.
Oh wait, Apollo's here now. Apollo, do you want to talk about the Steelers game you didn't see?
I wasn't fucking ready, man, but it sucked. I didn't watch it. It sucked. We suck. Everyone sucks. It's all fucked, man.
Yeah, there we go.
You were clearly ready.
Wait, now that he says it that way, I have to say we could really abbreviate this podcast a bit, because that really got the thrust of what we're saying game to game.
Pretty much.
So yeah,
it pretty much did.
Yeah.
That should be the log line.
Yeah.
What game are we on, actually?
Oh,
6?
what?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said what year we were on for
Yeah,
some
yeah,
reason.
I don't know what was. I thought someone also replied snakes, and I'm
we
very
literally-
confused.
My bad.
We literally
No.
just finished all the games, and then we saved the Steelers one for you, but then we just went over it by saying the Steelers are bad and Trubisky's bad.
Pretty much what you said, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We suck. We suck. The
Yeah.
coaching sucks. It all sucks.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, that was
Now
my
it's time
Packer
for-
breakdown as well.
It's time for Fantasy Corner because it's time for the fantasy playoffs.
Well, as
Yay.
I am fucking eliminated, I'll be right back because I wasn't actually ready. I was just trying to see where you guys were.
I see.
Okay,
Great.
fair.
Also, Connor Williams, Dolphins center, tore his ACL.
Oh,
So
yeah.
another Dolphin blow. That is bad.
Yeah,
They're in trouble.
Dolphins do
Yeah.
blow. Did you do that? Yeah,
They do
They
indeed.
got a blowhole. They got a
They
blowhole.
do indeed.
I've seen one.
Yeah, I think my fantasy team has lost 5 games in a row or something, so it's really great.
4.
4 games in a row. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I had hope, and I don't. Nah. Well, no, I definitely don't because 5 and 9.
Yeah,
It
well,
was-
I mean, consolation bracket though.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
True. Yeah. Consolation. Yep.
Fight for seeding in the draft. Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it? If you could,
Yeah.
get the pick of your choice based on your
Or
final
like
standing.
maybe it raised your odds, like it was like the NBA lottery. Like if you
Oh,
win,
yeah,
you
yeah,
get higher
I like
odds
that.
or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
I think they do. There are multi-year leagues.
Yeah, there are
that we
multi-year
could do,
leagues.
Yeah,
Because I've seen people, they're like, I traded next year's draft pick for this guy, which
Right,
is actually
yeah.
kind of fun, to be honest.
It is a fun idea. Although
Yeah.
I will mention, I've still never to this point traded a single player in fantasy football.
My one
So-
trade this year screwed me over. So I think I'm
Dude,
done
This is
trading.
why I don't want to do it. Yeah.
Every time, in fact, that I actually, every single trade I've made, I've gotten fucked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop trading.
Yeah, I'm going to stop trading too.
I've
Screw
never
that.
traded in my life. But so we should mention the that Bear and I have made the playoffs.
Yep.
Correct.
Is-
Along with the 4 that we mentioned last week,
Cult of
Lamb,
Lamb, Fee's fullbacks, the Platyposse, and the Chef Men.
who is
Yep.
also our assistant coach this week for the picks,
Oh, interesting.
There we go.
and is also
And,
my opponent in the playoffs. I'm gonna destroy.
Yep.
I interestingly I had to win my game to make the playoffs, and I did in fact succeed. I am now 500. I'm 7-7.
There you
However, it was against the Platyposse, who is now going to be my first round matchup in the playoffs. actually.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back to back.
So that'll be interesting. Important to note, Platyposse has the highest points for in the league.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
So
Have fun with that.
yeah, I got the 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
2 in a
Gotta
row.
win against that guy.
Yeah.
So
Although you are projected to score higher than him this week so far. So
Yeah.
oh, he's starting Justin Herbert. Never mind.
yeah. I haven't set my lineup yet either. Yeah, you better be scared
All
too.
right. All right.
Yeah.
So,
But
So best
Yeah.
of luck to you in the consolation round, Krendor.
mhm.
thank you.
You and Apollo, yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Rob and I will go ahead and get knocked out round 1, and we'll cheer on the assistant coaches.
Yeah, we'll let
Yep.
you guys know who wins ultimately. It'll be me, so you can go ahead and just start.
You've been a
getting
strong contender
merchandising.
pretty consistently in fantasy. You're normally fighting till the end.
Yeah, but a lot of those weeks I had some pretty good points, but and this week I needed to as well, so I'm happy about that. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Well.
Yep.
We had what did we have?
What's the next
power
segment?
rankings. Power
Power
rankings.
Power rankings.
Power rankings.
Yep.
Power ranking.
Power ranking.
So, starting top 5 teams with Rob.
Give me the Niners.
Yep, Bear.
Cowboys.
Yep, Paul.
Rivaled.
Yep, Rob.
Who fucking knows past this, man?
Yeah, that's kind of hard, actually.
Can we
Yeah.
concede? They're all bad past this point.
I'm gonna say Eagles.
Yep, Bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God. Let's go Bills.
Paul.
Any answer I give is wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
None of these teams deserve to be in the top 5.
Yep.
Who do you think is there?
Like the Chiefs, I guess.
Rob.
Oh,
If
the fish.
It is the Dolphins.
Oh,
let's go.
There you
But,
go.
like they got
Yeah,
humiliated
they
by a
shouldn't
rookie
be.
They
quarterback.
did lose.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be there.
So now we have the thinnest doink.
Think.
Oh,
Think.
Or
Yeah,
dink.
excuse me.
Sorry.
that's
It's,
very confusing.
Pardon you,
what would the
sir.
thinnest doink even be?
I
Yeah.
don't want to
The
think
both
about
the
it. I
highest
don't wanna
and
think
the
about it.
lowest.
I actually don't know.
It's upsetting to visualize.
Yeah.
It's like string theory stuff.
Throw them out there. Throw your stuff out there. Let's see. Let's go.
Ah, boy.
Give me
The boys.
because the boys are always ranked high already anyway. So
Yeah, they
it
might have
doesn't
gone
matter.
plus 4 or
Oh.
something though.
Give me,
Give me
the
the-
Browns.
Give me the Bears.
The...
I think that were all B answers.
Oh, wait. There's actually 2 teams.
Oh,
Then I'll say the Bengals and the Bears.
And Baltimore.
I'll say the Browns and the Bills.
Yay.
It
we're
is
consistent.
the Bengals and the
Okay.
Broncos.
They were
Those are
the
the
bees.
team.
They
Those are
were the
bees.
bees. Oh, wait. There's a third
Oh
one. It
no,
was
the
hidden.
bees.
There's a third
What the-
one.
Does it start with a B?
It's,
It is the Buccaneers.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, the bees! They're in my eyes.
The best day of my life.
Half the fucking NFL teams start with B, man.
Yeah, it's probably statistically extremely likely to
the
happen.
Bexans, man. The Bets, the Baders. It's happening.
Rams, the
Now
Giants.
about the fat doink.
Steelers.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Nope.
What's the opposite of B?
How? We lost to the 2 worst teams in the league 2
Well-
weeks in a row.
This team is pretty bad.
Oh, man.
The Raiders?
Nope.
The Chargers.
It is the Chargers.
Chargers because
Oh.
of Herbert. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And somehow they're
how
still
long is he out for?
He's out for the season, dude.
Yep. They're still 1 game above the Giants. Which honestly, I think the Giants could beat the Chargers at this point.
Oh,
I'm sure you
looking
guys
at
went
this.
over the fact that the wild cards are now totally
Yep.
fucked. In
Oh,
every
yeah,
way.
man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
went over
they
that?
sure are.
Okay, that's the only point I wanted to make. That I
Yeah,
wasn't
No, it's
able
going to
to
be
make.
chaos.
It is
the
chaos.
last couple of weeks. Yeah.
Actually,
But,
okay.
chaos.
Predictions. I want to hear who everyone thinks the 3 wild card teams from each division are going to be, and then we can all look back on this moment and be like,
Okay.
"Oh wow, you idiot! It was
I
none
like
of those."
this.
I
I
like
like
that,
this.
yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But I also just wanted to mention that I'm looking at the standings right now, as I often do when we do power rankings, and it just feels real good seeing New England Patriots for me. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. It's eliminated from playoff contention. Just feels nice.
I got it.
I'm gonna say in the AFC I'm gonna say Bills, Broncos, and I think the Browns will still get in.
All the bees.
Yeah.
Mm.
Give me the Bills.
Yep.
Give me the Broncos, and then give me the Jags because I think they're going to lose the division, but they'll get into the wild card.
That makes sense.
Oh, do you think that Texans will win the division then?
I think one of the other 2 7-6 teams will win the division.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Texans are pretty banged up now.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say I'm good with the Bills and Broncos. I'm with y'all on that train, but I think I'm getting off at. Let's go with Bengals Station. Yeah, that seems about right to me.
Honestly, the Colts or the Bengals could sneak in as like a 7 seed. I could see.
Yeah,
their schedules are pretty easy.
I'm gonna throw you guys a little bit.
Oh,
you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go the Broncos, and then I'll go the Dolphins.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's thinking, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's saying,
I think the momentum is swinging.
Oh, okay,
and your third team is?
I will say. What will I say indeed?
Yep. What will you say?
I will say the Elite Dragon Browns.
Okay.
Ew.
Yeah.
Fix it.
All right. NFC. Here we go.
Give me Cowboys.
Okay.
I think the Eagles will still gonna win your opinion. Give me the Cowboys. Give me. Oh God, it's so hard past this point. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Give me. It's got to be one NFC North team. Give me the Vikings.
All right.
Okay.
And then give me the Rams.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say Rams. I'm gonna say Packers just because I hope we can win 2 games. And then I'd say I think the Cowboys are gonna win the division because of magic. And then I think the NFC South winner is also a thing in itself of like, I have no idea, but I actually don't have any idea of who's going to win the NFC South.
I just hope that they all keep losing. So it's
yeah,
that would be best. Rob, I want you to go before me.
All right, then I'm gonna say the Eagles, the Bucks, and the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah, both you and Crandall, you guys think an NFC South team's getting in the wild card?
I could see it, man. I mean, think about the Vikings are dead, right? They're a dead team.
That's true.
The Packers are, maybe. I could see that happening, but that relies on them playing consistently well, and I think that's hard to do right now.
Sure is.
And then I think the Bucks aren't necessarily going to win the division, but then one of the other ones might have a slightly better record and make it in.
Yeah.
And I think the Seahawks are also fucked right now, right? They don't have Geno.
Yeah. All right.
The Cardinals are out. So
I'm going a little out there. I'm going to stick one solid foundation just so you don't think I'm totally insane.
All right.
But I do think the Eagles are still going to win the division, so I'll go Cowboys.
Okay.
I'm going Giants.
Oh my God, this guy's insane.
2 from the NFC East.
Insane.
And I'm going fucking Bears.
What the shit?
Okay, that's
Bears.
Okay, that's way out there.
He's crazy.
Chicago Bears.
All right.
Winning
This is trolling.
7th seed. Miracle run. Go Justin Fields.
They're a game back from the Rams.
They sure are.
The Rams are, and 3 teams in the NFC South.
I should pick the Rams. I definitely should. They're gonna more than likely over the Bears, but I think the Bears.
No,
are
I
more
like it.
fun.
Still out.
I think the Rams are the best of all those teams, to be honest.
That's
we
true.
hold the tiebreaker over the Rams, but I still think the Rams are better than the Packers with Matt Stafford.
Plus, that makes my Tommy Salami pick kind of overshadowed.
I do like the Tommy Salami pick.
Right.
All I'm going to say is that Baker Mayfield is, I think, empowered by no one thinking that they're going to win. Like, he's going to,
Dude, he's been powered by that his entire fucking career.
It's going to be a big week this week because it is Packers Buccaneers, so that'll be a big game. That'll probably put some more light on the playoff picture. On average, which conference has the higher ranked teams overall? This is an easy one.
AFC.
Yep.
Yeah.
The average rank for AFC teams is 14.9. NFC is 18.1. Yep. You can tell because it's the same in both conferences, but one is 7-6 with all their teams, and the other 6-7 with all their teams.
Yeah.
Yep. After 3 consecutive thinnest dinks, the Packers finally moved above the Vikings in last week's power rankings, but with their loss this week, the Packers have fallen back below the Vikings. True or false?
False.
Yes, false.
It is.
I'm going to say true.
False. The Packers dinked from 14 to 16.
Idiot.
But the Vikings are 17. So, yeah. In fact, the Packers schedule, this is like the most we control our own destiny. 1, because if we win all our games, we're in the playoffs anyway. But 2, we play the Panthers, the Vikings, who will essentially just be a playoff, who's going to make the playoffs type of game. And then the Bears, last game of the season, and then Bucks this week. So, like,
imagine like the Packers and Bears are playing for a wild card spot in that final game.
That would be something. That's actually happened once.
I'm planning on it.
That actually happened once, and it was fantastic because that was the last play of the game. Rodgers bombed it to Randall Cobb on 4th down, and we took the lead and won.
Oh, hey, C scored a touchdown for us.
Yeah. He's also, much better back then. So, then we also have how many spots have the Giants risen during their 3-game winning streak under Tommy DeVito?
8.
7.
13.
4.
Oh.
4.
Well, clearly I win because I chose the most unlucky number.
Okay, yeah, that's how that works.
That's the rule.
And finally, there are 4 teams that have never been the lowest ranked team in their division in 5 years of the Hanzus at Home Power Rankings. Which of the teams below?
Patriots!
Which of the teams below is not one of those 4? Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Cowboys, Packers.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Cowboys?
It is the Cowboys.
Of
They are
course,
regular season champs. That's how it works.
The Cowboys have been the lowest in their division 5 times, 4 consecutive weeks at 30th, back-to-back in 2020, and 1 week at 27th later this year.
Goddamn Cowboys.
And that's your power ranking. Ed home, Ed and Eddie power rankings. Pick'em stats.
Beckham's.
Stats.
I really need to use the bathroom so bad, but I don't want to miss any of these segments now.
Yep, you can't go.
Man.
We're almost done. Wait, just hold it in.
I'm gonna get liver disease.
Well, you're making it take longer now.
You're making it take longer. Week 14, despite a rough week to end the week, Discord holds on to first ahead of Very Dumb Dog. The ACs are still in 3rd, but Bear Taffy's closing in fast, leaving Alpaca Patrol and Krendor behind in 5th. Randy closing in on that 50%.
I had a bad week.
Yep, terrible week for me as well.
Bear was the only one who had a good week.
Yeah,
I know fucking Dolphins, dude. It was
Bear.
By the way, Randy countered me and destroyed my lock this week.
That he did.
He countered everybody on Monday night with the fucking Giants Titans picks.
Yeah.
Bear and Randy, the only people to go above 500 this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Bonus stats. Piece of cake.
Related bonus stat.
Happy birthday.
It's my birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Bear continues to have the best record in 1v5s this season. They don't include Randy. Wait, what?
I know this
Why
is
not?
Bear's stat, but Krendor's stat on this is much
absolutely
funnier.
agree.
Yeah. Bear is 6-4. I am 9-22. I got a lot of 1v5s.
Rob has picked 2 1v5s, and Krendor has picked 31.
He's picked 3 times as many as I have.
What can I say? I love a good 1v5. Raining cats and dogs. Apollo is 4-5 predicting the Bengals against AFC opponents this season. He is a perfect 4-0 predicting them against NFC opponents.
Huh?
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It's a good pun in the title too. I like
And
that.
guess what? They play an NFC opponent this week.
Oh hell yeah!
Home security. Rob falls to 1-4 when locking away teams this season, but he's 7-2 when locking home teams. This trend holds for his career locks. Away 59%, home 81%. So you got to pick home
to
teams.
pay attention to, dude. Shit.
Yeah, you know I'm going to pay attention to this stat this week.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You definitely won't forget.
And then forget next week, yeah.
Yep. Pity picks. Krendor's picked the Vikings after 4 of their 6 losses, but has not picked them after any of their wins. All 4 hosts are 7-6 predicting the Vikings this season.
I feel like this is the second time I've seen a stat like this from you. I swear last season or a season before, you did the same thing with a different team.
I probably did, yeah. And Hi Bear Nation, Randy is now 7-1 predicting Bears games in December across his career. His worst predicted team in December is the Bills at 2-7.
That's hilarious.
All right, Randy.
That is pretty funny. Those are your bonus stats.
Bonus stats. Thank you.
Now it is time for Pick'ems.
Pick'ems!
Pick them.
I'm ready to pick them. Featuring and the bye weeks are over.
Bye weeks are over, yep.
Oh, yeah.
This week, we're featuring our assistant coach of the week, Chef Man, who is also in our fantasy playoffs. Big shout out to the patrons. If you search for 3 Guys and a Bear over on Patreon. Look, we're not a big show. You don't tell your friends about us. You're not like, hey, listen to this 3 Guys and a Bear football podcast. Like,
but if you do, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please, God, do. Please.
We're not getting that big Burger King check. We're relying on gold Joe Schmo giving us $10 every. Sorry, I know. But, appreciate the assistant coaches pledging on Patreon. Thank you for helping the show keep going. We're paying out to our supporting cast here as well for the extra work that they do. Pixel and Hippo, we appreciate them as well. So
unless you beat me in fantasy, in which case, screw you.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Then eat my ass.
Go check us out on Patreon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Patron.
All right. Here we go, folks.
This is a very expensive private tier. It's a whole other. No, that didn't land, huh?
Didn't you have to pee?
I really have to pee, yeah.
Chargers Raiders.
Oh, no.
It's Thursday night, so you knew it was going to be bad.
Oh, this is worse than bad, though. This is a team that won by scoring a field goal.
Yep.
And this is another team that has not scored in like 2 games.
No, the Raiders lost because they didn't get any points.
Oh, the Raiders lost that one. I thought they won. It's hard to tell when both teams suck that bad.
Yeah, they blend together, right?
Yeah, they blend. This is really just a meaningless game as well.
Oh, yeah.
Neither of these teams are making the playoffs. It's at the point where it probably benefits them to lose this game.
I'll pick the Raiders. I won't be happy about it, though.
I will also pick the Raiders because I'm not picking the Chargers again this season. I said it. Watch the win now.
I hate...
This is a tough one, dude. I don't know, man. I wanted to wait for you.
Yeah, I was going to wait because I don't pick any 1v5s. And if you all pick the Raiders, then I'll pick the Chargers. But if not, then I'll pick the fucking Raiders, dude.
I'm going to pick the Raiders, dude. Yeah, you go ahead and go for it.
All right. I'm only doing this because, it's not great.
You want to seem braver on the stat sheet.
Yeah, give me the Chargers.
Cool.
Oh, I hate it.
Vikings, Bengals.
Bengals.
I'm taking the Bengals. Dude, Browning actually looking all right. I think
Browning looks like a starting quarterback.
Yeah, seriously.
Chef actually went Chargers with you, Rob, so you're not totally alone in Los Angeles. I really wanted to say San Diego still. Like it's
fine. You can just say
that's where they are.
I know.
Yeah.
He went Bengals as well.
Yeah. By the way, this is a Saturday game. We have 3 Saturday games this week.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Yes, for Saturday game.
And look, they didn't put them at the same fucking time. That's brilliant.
Yeah, look at that. None of them at the same time. Crazy. By the way, this was a year ago was the game where the Colts were beating the Vikings like 30-0, and then they lost. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Vikings came back.
Yeah.
Biggest comeback ever.
Yeah. Then Steelers Colts. Woo!
Colts.
Yeah, Colts.
That's
He's locking the Colts.
He's gonna lock the Colts.
It's a sweep with a lock for the Colts. Chef Man, the Colts as well.
Steel is pretty effective against horses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Broncos, Lions.
Oh man, stop me from picking Denver.
I'm taking Denver.
Stop me from picking the Broncos. Dude, they can't fucking win anything.
Yeah, the Lions can't do anything.
Give me I still have hope. Give me the Lions. I'll do
it. Yeah. Chef goes Lions. All right, this is a split call already here.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, this is close. Yeah. This is me good.
You know what? Yeah, give me Denver. I think it's Denver time.
Let's go.
Let's
Horses.
go. Giants. Giants, Saints.
Saints. The DeVito train ends here.
Is Carr injured or is he okay?
He's fine, I think.
Okay. Oh boy.
I feel like Derek Carr is always injured.
Yeah, I think I'm going Saints here too.
You know what? After watching Tommy DeVito, I feel like he's pretty good, but we are the Packers. Terrible defense with Joe Barry, so I think the Saints will be better. So I'm taking the Saints.
Oh, Rob, I'm gonna do what you just did to me. I'm gonna say, actually, if you're going Saints, I might go ahead and flip over to this 1v5.
Oh, I was about to do it myself, actually.
Oh, boy. You mind if I take this one?
All right, take it.
I'll take this one, man.
You can both.
I actually need the Saints. Well,
no, they can't.
Yeah, but I want the Saints to win because I have Alvin Kamara in my fantasy team.
Right, okay.
So then you can cheer for that.
So you should pick the Giants so that you don't lose.
No, you don't have to. You can sometimes you can put all your chips on black, man. It's okay. You can just let them go sometimes.
I see Igor was coming back there.
You were right.
It is the Saints.
Do you desire some lemon water?
I don't know if Apollo was here for Igor, but
yeah, I think I missed.
Igor. Yeah,
he's a new bit.
He doesn't get it.
That's okay. I get it.
Should have
Part
been
of the
here.
show. I know stuff happens sometimes.
And pterodactyls, of course.
Big time pterodactyl conversation.
Yeah. Bears Browns.
Yeah, actually, we should run this past Apollo. Apollo, why aren't there any dinosaur named teams?
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I really gotta pee so bad.
Oh my god! I'm gonna take the Bears.
I'm taking the Bears too.
I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah.
People continue to think the Browns are good when they're not.
I more so think the Bears are bad when people think they're good.
F-Man seems to think the Browns are good, which I am upset with.
I think that the Bears are bad, but I also think that Joe Flacco, the elite draft. All right, fine. Give me the Bears. I'll take the Bears. That's peer pressure. That's peer pressure.
There's a lot of asterisks on his picks this week.
Yep.
I wanted to pontificate.
Falcons, Panthers.
Falcons, yeah. Honestly, it's close to a Falcons lock, but I got another lock queued up.
I could still see the Falcons losing.
I do see the lock that everyone wants.
I want you to know that I sang my lock in the intro this week, so you ain't sneaking it in there on me.
Yeah.
I mean, I already locked against my team.
That's true.
So
That's
locking
true.
against your team seems only fair.
Everybody's taking Falcons. Buccaneers, Packers.
Bucks.
Give me the Packers.
Oh
yeah.
Wait,
it is in Green Bay.
Yeah.
What's my stat?
Oh no, you're talking about locks?
It's locks. Lock related. Okay.
I'm gonna take the Buccaneers, so if they win, I don't feel sad.
Hey, that's my
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks as well. Chef went with the Pack, so I'm pretty split here too.
Yeah. It should be I mean,
it's
honestly,
a tough week.
Yeah, it is a pretty tough week.
Well, it's gonna be a tough week every week. Every team sucks.
Yeah, that's true. Jets, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Come on.
What happened last week?
Is Tyreek Hill back in?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I mean, even if he is, he's got ankle issues.
Is Tua in?
But his center's out.
The center got hurt. Yeah, I don't think Tua got hurt.
You know what?
I thought he got hit in the head.
How did the Jets score 30 points? I know you guys.
I don't know, man. That was
Texans were
strange.
Tank Dell's out. They lost Nico Collins, their second wide receiver, and then C.J. Stroud also got a concussion.
Yeah,
so they're pretty banged up.
Tua is not injured as far as I can see.
I'm going to take the New York Jets.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
I'm doing it.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins. Yeah,
I'm gonna still take the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going Dolphins. That's a 1v fucking everybody for Crendor.
Yeah,
it definitely will be. But I don't know. Something's saying I think the Jets got this one.
All right.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Patriots.
Locking the Chiefs.
There it is. Chiefs, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh wait.
No, yeah, there's a different one. Don't worry about it. We'll get there.
Oh yeah, there's some other good ones.
I'm looking. Oh, I see the other one.
Yep.
Look, I when I lose a lot.
Hey, that's a divisional game, man. You never know,
dude. Not at this point. They're in a different fucking universe. These two teams.
Yeah. Texans, Titans.
Oh boy, this used to be easy.
I'm taking the Titans.
Yeah.
I'll take the Titans. I'm back to the Texans. Is over.
Everyone's dead on the Texans.
Yeah, they're all dead.
I mean, they rolled over for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got a bright future.
I picked Chiefs, by the way. I don't know if I ever mentioned that.
Yes.
I also picked.
I
the
just
Chiefs.
assumed
I don't think there was any question.
So did the chef men. So did the chef.
Coaches all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stroud's out for sure.
No, he's got
probably
like
playing,
nobody to throw to.
Okay. Fuck yeah. All right. It's Titans.
Yeah.
But although Chef went Texans, so
Yeah.
Maybe they don't know about the injuries.
It is the Titans. They do like to
That's a good
be
point.
bad
Good
at
point.
points. 49ers, Cardinals.
the Niners.
Yep.
Yeah.
49ers.
But it is divisional. Apollo makes a good point.
Yep.
I'm only saying it because Bear has like locked cursed. So
I know.
That's
feel
true
like-
too. Yeah.
This
it is like
one
theirs.
can't fail. They're the Niners. Come on.
Who did I lock? Wait, shit. Wait,
You
did I
locked-
lock
you
the Chiefs?
the away team, dude.
They're away. All right, I unlocked them. I have unlocked you, Chiefs.
All right. In
I'm
that
gonna
case,
lock the
I will
Chiefs
be.
then.
I'm
I
gonna
got
lock
it
the
first.
Chiefs. I'm locking the
I got it
Chiefs.
first. I got it first.
Oh my god.
I took it. I switched mine. I
He's
switched
at
mine.
the front door,
Piece of
man. You
shit.
can't.
You guys are fucked.
I'm sorry. Rob gave it up. I wasn't gonna miss a free lock opportunity. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Commanders, Rams.
Locking the Rams.
There it
Yeah, all right,
is.
yeah, that
I'm
makes
taking the
sense.
Rams.
Go the Rams. Yeah, that's a Rams sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's thinking about it.
Oh.
He's thinking about it.
Oh.
That's a weird one. Give me the Rams. I thought about it. I had to think about it.
Yeah,
for a
you
second.
gotta think about it. This
How many
still
1v5s
could
have
happen.
you done, Apollo?
I did a decent amount.
Can't remember. I'm gonna look it up.
I think I was 3 and 6, so I had 9.
Oh, yeah, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about the
I had
same as
one
me.
less
Yeah.
than you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cowboys, Bills.
Bills.
I'm gonna take the Bills as well.
I don't believe in the Cowboys.
I'm going to take the Bills, but I will admit it is purely due to prejudice.
That's fair.
I
That's
don't.
fair,
I
yeah.
do
care
hate
what
the Cowboys.
I don't care what they do in the regular season. I don't give a shit anymore.
That's what I
they
was
could
saying.
go undefeated. Like this team isn't gonna win a playoff game.
We actually went
or
over
they're not
that
gonna win an
where it
important
was
playoff game.
they can win
Yeah.
the wild card, but they haven't made it past the divisional round since 1995.
Yep.
So
Not to
once
mention
they do
they're
that,
a totally different team on the road. Like
Yeah.
they're 7-0 at home or something, and then all their losses are on the road.
yeah. So I just like the
Although
Bills as well.
Chiefs taking the 1v5 here, it looks
Yeah.
like picking the boys.
I mean, the Cowboys still could win. It's gonna be a close game.
I mean, the Cowboys. Yeah, I mean they're regular season champs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ravens, Jaguars,
Ravens
Ravens.
is almost lockable.
I am
But
gonna
yeah,
like the
good
Ravens
team.
actually.
Chef's
Yeah.
taking the Jags, man. He's going
Ooh.
crazy.
Oh,
Oh, someone doesn't know the rule of the Ravens.
yeah.
Or maybe he's going by animal fight rules.
That's true,
because
Yeah,
maybe.
Cats,
valid, yeah.
Yeah.
Cats
Don't you have
just
to pee?
body birds. I really
I'm going Ravens as
Barely
well.
not bad enough. Eagles, Seahawks.
Eagles.
It's
Yeah,
still got to be Eagles here, yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna lock the Eagles instead.
Yeah, that's not a bad
Okay,
idea.
that's
I think
smart,
the Eagles
yeah.
will rebound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gino's dead.
And Gino's
Right.
dead as well. Yeah.
Right.
It is
Yeah.
not Geno
Yeah.
season.
All right,
No
Randy,
longer
here
Geno
we
season.
go. Big time Randy plays.
Randy.
Randy is selecting the Chargers,
No.
the Bengals,
Okay.
the Steelers,
Randy.
All right.
the Broncos,
Let's go.
the Tommy DeVitos,
Hey.
Oh, yeah, Randy.
the Browns,
Oh.
the Panthers,
Oh, no.
the Buccaneers, the Jets,
Randy.
the Patriots.
Randy.
Oh boy. The Texans,
Randy.
the Cardinals,
Holy hell,
Randy.
the
is dead.
Commanders,
Randy's dead.
Randy.
the
He
Bills.
countered me. He countered me
He
again.
countered you
man.
again.
Dude, he's got your fucking number, dude.
The Bills, the Jaguars, and the Eagles.
Don't do it, Randy. Okay, he's got
And
one little brain cell left.
Randy has locked 6. Who is that? The Browns. He's locked the Browns.
Elite Dragon. He believes in the Elite
He
Dragon.
believes
I
in the Elite
understand.
Dragon.
He's on the practice squad. I don't think they're starting him, dude.
He literally just started.
I know, but they put him back on the practice squad.
They don't want anyone seeing his secrets.
I guess so.
Yeah, he's scored 3 touchdowns for them.
Yeah,
They're
I
not
don't
gonna
get it, man.
start him.
Well, that'll do it for us. Thanks for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. Like, comment, subscribe, check out Patreon. And
Thanks for Patreon.
Let's go, team. Please, somebody start playing good football. Anybody.
Please, God.
Just somebody start playing good football. And we'll see you next time. Wait, here's all the patrons. I'm just going to put them both up on the thing. There they are. Actually, we're just moving the wrong thing. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.